Hi, this is Michael, and this is my review of the watchband strap link pin remover repair tool. And this is it right here. You get the tool and then you get 3 extra pin replacements, and you'll probably need those because this thing is so poorly made and operates so poorly that it's almost inevitable that you're going to break or bend a pin probably the very first time you try to use this. First of all, this is made out of what I think is called pot metal, but basically it's a cast metal of very low quality, and you can even see there's a mold remnant on this piece here. It's just a very soft, very, very low quality metal. The tolerances of this are very poor as well. The thread, for instance, look at the wobble. There's no precision whatsoever. And when you're dealing with watches, you need a little bit of precision, especially because you're dealing with a very, very, very tiny hole here. You see the hole where my thumb is? A very tiny hole where the pin needs to be pushed out, and that's the pin pusher right there. It's tiny. So you really need a great amount of precision here. Now on a watch, on this particular watch anyway, at the bottom of the link that you want to remove, you have to look on the watch band, and there may or may not be a small little arrow. You can see the arrow here. That's the side that you want to push in order to push the pin out the other side. So make sure you pay attention to that. Basically the pin, at least on this watch, is basically a super tiny little cotter pin. And here's the actual pin once it's been pushed out. You can see this is the head. It looks like the head of a cotter pin. That's really what it is. It's just a very thin wire that's doubled up, bent over on itself, basically like a cotter pin. So in any case, getting back to this, to use this tool you have to move the pin back. You have to put your watch band in there, again making sure you put it in the right direction based on the arrow that I showed you just a second ago. Once you get the watch band in the base, there's a little turntable here. You have to raise the platform so that the pin that's going to push it out is right exactly at the level of where the little hole is. So it's kind of hard to see here, but I'm above that right now. So I need to raise this up. And you have to raise it a little bit by a little bit because it's, again, the adjustment tolerance is very poor, and it's kind of hard to tell. Plus you get all this wobble. Look at that. I mean, that's ridiculous. So anyway, once you get the pin lined up with the hole, then you need to very slowly just screw this in. Now here's the other problem. See this turntable that raises the watch up? If your watch band is very narrow, or not even that narrow, I mean this is not a very narrow watch band really, it's about average I would say, but you're going to get to a point where the collar of this pin is actually hitting the edge of the turntable, right like that. So you can't even get the pin extractor to push all the way in. Alright, here is a better example of what I'm talking about. You can see how the collar is hitting the top of that little turntable, and I've just barely touched the pin to the hole where the pin needs to be pushed out. So I can't actually, it just isn't going to work. It's not going to operate right now. So what I need to do is, now that I've got the pin touching the hole where the pin is that I need to extract, I need to back it off just enough to put the turntable back down to allow the collar to get beyond it. And then essentially what that means is the watch band is sort of floating in midair, and that's why it's so tricky to use this thing, which is why I don't like it at all. So this thing is just really terrible. It's very, very low quality. I regret that I bought this. I would never buy it again. I would not recommend this. You know, I was able to get my pins out, but it took a great amount of concentration, and I had to move really slowly. So I would look at another option. This is really a terrible thing, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll answer it if I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a great day.